Hit that intro. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert. His name is Mike. He just finished that water like a fucking champ. How you doing, Mikey?
Hydrated. How are you, Robert?
Not as hydrated until...
Hey, there it is.
It's a little tiny one. I've got 3 of these instead of two big ones. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? I haven't spoken to you in like 30 seconds since I hit that intro.
Yeah, I know. It feels like it's been almost a minute.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. You know, came off a bender of a vacation, so that's good.
As we've established, that is called binging. And that is a form of alcoholism, as according to my doctor. So
yeah, well, your doctor's full of shit.
Well, that's fair.
Your doctor's full of shit, and my doctor buddy says it's not binging. I'm just having a good time.
that's how to look at it, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way to look at it, really.
You want to tell him he's wrong? He's published about 5 or 6 research papers. Mass General wanted him hardcore. All right.
Have him publish a thing that says, hey, eating whatever you want will make you thin, and then it'll just happen?
I've asked him to publish some bullshit papers, and he has told me absolutely not. He's not putting his credibility on the line for me, which I found hurtful.
Coward.
That's what I said, and he said no.
Well, Mikey, is the first proper episode of 2025. So last week we just kind of, we chatted, kind of thanked people, talked about the things that we liked in the podcast, and it was a very short episode. So now we're back to being 4 hours each episode. So the middle of it is just going to be, I'm going to put like the entirety of the Polar Express just in the middle of the podcast. So at some point, it's going to start. I was hoping you're going to put the 1999 Godzilla in there. Ooh, we should do that instead. Yeah, let's do that instead.
There it is.
Yeah. So let's go Matthew Broderick now.
The popular Matthew Broderick Hank Azaria vehicle.
Yes. And we're back.
Jean Reno for no reason. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
Like, these people can act. They've proven it before. And yet...
What are we, it's like, what are we even doing here? What are we even doing here?
You just need Bryan Cranston to show up and die halfway through the next one. After we put him in every fucking trailer. So bad, but so good.
Remember, I feel like that was supposed to be like the start of a fucking American franchise version of Godzilla, and then it died, and now we're getting Godzilla Kong, which, those are movies.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of was. So we had the Godzilla, and then we got Kong, or whatever, Kong Skull Island, and then, eventually the crossover worked its way there,
Yeah, I saw the most recent one. Was it Godzilla, A New Empire, whatever the fuck?
Shit. I don't know.
And we saw it when we were in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. We saw it in 4DX. Do you know what a 4DX theater is?
A drunk Eagles fan comes up and punches you?
Pretty much. So there's those seats in like the theaters here that kind of move a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like that, but on fucking speed. And it's just shaking. Anytime anything happens on screen, it shakes. And then if it's raining or something wet happens and you get sprayed with water, your feet go into like a little thing to hold your legs there because this chair is just throwing you a fucking round like a goddamn roller coaster.
I hate that so much.
It's the second movie that we saw in 4DX. The first one was Top Gun Maverick, and that was incredible.
That one sounds way fucking better.
Yeah, because that's like, you're moving with the thing. With the Godzilla one, it was just every time Godzilla took a step, the seat was just like blur, 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 and I don't know.
Yeah, we get it. He's big.
Yeah, we understand. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We are here to talk to each other and talk to the people watching / listening about video games. And
yes.
And what have you been playing recently? I know you're streaming. I know you got a new stream kind of whole
thing
situation.
Going.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been playing off stream 1,000 Times Resist. I've been playing Fallout New Vegas for about intervals of 5 or 6 minutes before it crashes.
As one does.
So that's fun. Finally getting into the DLC for that, and oh boy, do I love when it just crashes. Makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So, gonna have to get some stability mods going.
On the DLC.
The way God intended. So good. Yeah, I'm like trying to get into the DLC, and it's just like, hey, no. And I'm like, I'm playing like Honest Hearts or whatever it is, and I've got the Sneering Imperialist mod or perk. So I'm like, this is the perfect place to just unleash this casual racism.
Damn it, Mike. Well, it's fine. It's a video
Don't game. Worry. I was about to say, just wait until I get back into the regular game. Just finding every raider and bandit and just saying terrible, awful things to them before I obliterate them. Oh, yeah. Well. Yeah, anyway, on stream, still plugging away at Cyberpunk 2077. If you watched on Monday, you saw me shoot up a titty bar. So, that was fun.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Ran into my favorite RPG problem. It auto-saved at the exact wrong time. So...
Yep. Did you get stuck in a death loop?
No, I did not get stuck in a death loop. I had to try to sneak into the VIP area, and somebody came out of the VIP area, and I'm just like, sneaky, and there was a guy standing at the top of the stairs, like, who the fuck are you? And immediately just blasted me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm just like, alright, well, we'll just go back to the last checkpoint. Last checkpoint was me walking through that door and alerting the guards. So...
I mean, it happens. You're probably fine. We're probably fine.
It ended up being fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I got the information I needed.
Yeah.
Got some hilarious clips out of it.
Yeah,
really all that matters.
Little clip thing. On the YouTubes.
Yep, trying to get better at that. So a couple clips after every stream, try to get the people enticed. So yeah, and then I just downloaded 6 games. So my girlfriend, who you have met a couple times on the stream, she is going to be playing on Thursday. We're going to try and get her hooked and get her figure out what she likes to play, try to, level her up as a nerd. So
because she is the beginner.
Yep, and I'm the nerd. So.
The professor of nerd.
Yes.
PhD
in nerddom.
Yes.
Yes.
PhD. Players handling driver. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's what that stands for. Anyway.
Sure, whatever.
Yep.
Probably some Latin bullshit. I don't know. But what have you been up to, Robert?
I am much more singular focused. You know that about me. I decided to start playing Star Wars Outlaws. I was having a pretty good time with it and everything. And then last month when I did the True Achievement Challenge in December, one of the games that I played that had a couple of easy achievements to grab for that was Vampire Survivors. And then as I was playing Star Wars Outlaws, I was just like, fuck, I want to play Vampire Survivors. So just nonstop goddamn Vampire Survivors for the past couple of days.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what it is about that game, why it's so fucking addicting, but it goddamn is. Now I understand what people were so, obsessed with 2 years ago when it came out and people loved it. I'm just a little late to that train, but...
all right, it happens, you know?
Yeah.
You got there eventually.
Yeah, just Vampire Survivors. That's pretty much all I've been playing. And yesterday I watched as we're recording this on Tuesday, yesterday was the first Raw on Netflix, WWE Raw on Netflix. That was is a weird show, but I'm excited to see I'm excited to watch Raw without them muting the crowd when they say "fuck you, Solo" like they did, which was very nice. But
I saw that the Hulkster got booed.
Oh my god, intended. Dude, he got booed so fucking bad, and he just tried to play it off like it wasn't a thing, and he kept saying this dumbass promo about how the crowd has always been his best tag team partner while they're booing the fuck out of him. It was great.
bro, we fucking hate you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Like, I don't think you understand.
Get the fuck away. Yeah, that was great. A lot of people were like, "Oh no, get him off of the screen," and I was like, either get him off the screen forever, or just have the crowd get louder and louder with boos until
just literally drown him out.
Yeah,
get the vaudeville hook.
Yeah,
just pull him off.
But anyway, not enough about what we're doing now in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about today, bud?
Oh, we are traveling back in time to the year of our Lord, 2024. We're going to be talking about the best games.
Yeah, our favorite games of 2024.
Yes. Best games, favorite games, games we enjoyed the shit out of from 2024.
Yep. The games that we really love to play in 2024. So, Mike, I don't necessarily have a top 10 list.
Okay, that's fine.
But I do have a number one game, and I think everybody knows what the fuck it's gonna be. And I'm gonna pull this up on screen as I pull up a little, clip here.
That game is Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Exactly.
God damn it, Butters. Oh, there it is.
This is literally. We're not even going to play a fucking video. Just this goddamn battle theme from Metaphor ReFantazio this is my number one game of the year. Have you heard this?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were at my house when we were playing.
Yeah, I was about to say. Remember, I was at your house, dumbass. I was right there when you said, "I'm going to play this for a few hours," and then 14 hours later.
Yeah.
Still playing it.
Let's just type in boss fight, if I can fucking spell properly, eh?
Hey. Yes,
it's
Metaphor.
Just gonna pull up a random videos boss fight, so
you
just to kind of have this on here. This is Ruben925 over here on the YouTubes, playing on PS5.
Nice.
So yeah, this is 100% my fucking game of the year. It was Metaphor ReFantazio. Something I looked forward to. Played the demo of it when it dropped. Just be like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this. Played the demo and then got mad that I couldn't just play the full game right then. Ended up having the day off, the day that it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I played it for fucking 12 hours on stream then, and then we did our Extra Life stream, and I played it for another fucking 12 hours on that day, and that was just the beginning and the end of the game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metaphor ReFantazio is Robert's game of the year. Everything else that I'm going to be talking about today isn't. I don't have a list for the rest of it. It's just this is my number one. Everything else was incredible. All the games that I played last year that I liked that I'm going to talk about are fucking incredible, and I would recommend each and every one of them. So, Mike, I think.
Oh, before we get away from Metaphor, I do want to say it was your game of the year. It was also GameSpot's game of the year and IGN's best game of 2024.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people liked it. Also won Best RPG at the Game Awards, along with Best Art Direction and Best Narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I fucking cheered like a motherfucker in the crowd for those. I had my Metaphor pin on. one of these bad boys.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah. Their teeth.
Danhausen would be proud.
Yeah, I was wearing one, and our buddy Viram Dex was wearing one.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the only other person in the group, and I was like, hey, does anybody want to wear a pin of a tooth? He was like, yeah, I'll do it. Speaking of...
Hey!
Danhausen, yeah!
Fuck yeah. Very nice. Very evil.
Very nice. Very tiny. Evil. Yes. So, Mike, what is your game of 2024?
I mean, there were so many.
So many games
considering I
last year
played so many games that came out.
Yeah.
So many that I definitely played. Yeah, the only one that I put, the one that I kept coming back to, was Call of Duty Black Ops 6. This is the first Call of Duty game that I have come back to in years.
Yeah.
Like, I remember playing Modern Warfare and then, like, just in the toxic Xbox lobbies, back in the day, just, becoming cold and dead to the world. But then this dropped day and date on Game Pass. Me and the boys got it, and proceeded to go in there, and I yelled at Benji and Ryan to fucking carry me. And guess what? They did.
Did they? I don't believe you.
Okay, so they have skill-based matchmaking in there, and this is really the first time I've ever encountered it. Just because I don't do a lot of PvP stuff. I got yelled at so much in Destiny 2, to the point where I had to quit whatever fucking thing it was. Whatever the hell they called their PvP thing. Like, my team hated me. I was bad at PvP in Destiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the skill-based matchmaking here, I mean, there were definitely matches where we got curb stomped, and there were matches where we were the ones doing the stomping. But overall, I never felt like, I had a good time. So, I enjoyed it. Hot take, I know. But
so did you just play multiplayer?
We just played multiplayer, but I've also put a few hours into the campaign.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I am actually enjoying the campaign. Everybody has said it's good. So far, it's good. So that was the big draw for me, because everybody said the campaign's good. I co-host a podcast called Storymoders. So obviously I kind of want to see this. Yeah, exactly. It's me and this guy.
Yeah.
My friend on the tiny TV connected to my computer.
We've met in real life.
Yeah, we have. It's been far too long.
Once.
Though.
Yeah.
We'll remedy that. Anyway, no, I've been enjoying my time in Call of Duty. This is the first game that I've played where it's like, hey, you need to put this on a solid state drive to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
And so I spent Sunday doing that, moving this massive fucking thing to one of the solid states that I have in my gaming rig here. And I've yet to fire it up from the solid state, but I can only imagine it's gonna boot up quicker, and I'm not going to have some of the weird, like, disjointed moments in some of the cutscenes. So, yeah. But yeah, considering I'm not coming back to this franchise in God knows how long, yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. That's been my favorite. That was my favorite game of 2024.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, like I said, it got great reviews, especially that campaign. I played the first mission of the campaign for the challenge in December, because it was one of the, I don't remember what it was. It was just I don't remember what day it was for. I think it was just like get different achievements that are, rank up, and I got that one first because it was a super easy one to get. And then it pissed me off because I kept dying because I was not doing things right, because I don't fucking play Call of Duty games.
But as someone who's like, most of the FPS stuff I do is basically like Fallout and Cyberpunk, things that are not really FPSs. This is easy enough to get back into. So
yeah, and the clip that we're watching here, I just pulled up a clip of Charlie, aka Penguin Z0. He's a massive content creator, and he's just he's good at games, and he's funny to watch.
He wears white t-shirts. He regrets the name.
Yep.
Who would have thought that a name you came up with when you were but a wee lad would be the name that millions and millions of people know you as?
Yeah, it's
fucking great.
You know what? I just talking about Charlie just for a second while I change the size of your screen, and that is Oliver. I apologize if you can hear him.
Ollie, hi buddy.
Yeah, I think just during lockdown, you know, which seems like years and years ago, it wasn't. It was like 3.
I mean, it was. Yeah, God, wow, what was lockdown like for everybody? I had to go to work every day, so
Yeah, yeah.
because for some odd reason, automotive paint was super critical.
You know what else is critical?
What else is critical?
Um, this this gameplay video of the next game that I'm going to talk about. That was one of my top games of the year. It was a terrible segue, because once again, we're watching Charlie, aka Moist Critical, play Astrobot for the PS5. Yeah, won the Game Awards Game of the Year, obviously.
Yep.
And I played at the beginning on stream. I did the stream with like the countdown from the previous Astrobot game on the PS5, and then there was a countdown in game to when this would be able to be played that night, and I thought I'd be able to go to. It was a whole thing. But Astrobot PS5, incredible game. Mike, you played this for about 20 minutes, and I put you on the final challenge level.
Yes.
How did you like it for that 20 some odd minutes?
I honestly enjoyed it, even though I was having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was a fun game. Like, I could have sat there and just played it for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Just trying to get through just the challenge level, and I probably would have gone back and just started at the beginning.
Yeah. It's 1,000% a game that I would, if you ever get a PS5, fucking buy this game. First off, you get an Astrobot game for free with a PS5.
Yeah.
It's built in, and it's actually a full-on game. It's not as long as this one, but it's still a full-on fucking game. So play that, and then buy this, because Astrobot is just a beautiful game. An incredible game, just a celebration of PlayStation, the most video game that's come out in so long.
Yeah.
And yeah, nothing. There were a couple of parts in the previous one that's on the PS5 that I was just like, I don't like this power up, or I just don't like this level or whatever. In this game, I don't think there was one that I was like, ugh, I don't want to replay that. Every level, if I missed out on a collectible, I was like, oh yeah, cool, I'll just go back into it and I'll find the collectible. And if I couldn't find it within a couple of tries doing it, then I looked it up and it was like, oh, you had to do it right at the beginning. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Oh, all right. Well.
But yeah, there was nothing in the game that annoyed me to be like, ugh, if I want to collect this, I got to go through that whole fucking thing again. No.
You do this whole thing. Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, no, this game just seems so fucking great.
It is. But yeah, that is, like I said, I don't really have a number 2 through whatever.
Yeah.
But Astrobot is definitely on my short list of games of 2024. My favorite game of 2024. So, nice. Mike, tell me what your next favorite game that you played in 2024 was. And I'm going to type up a video into YouTube. We'll pull up some gameplay.
Okay. You have no idea what I'm about to say, do you?
I do not.
This is going to come as quite the surprise.
Yes.
For both of us. So, I mean, we're talking about kind of a sequel, a spiritual successor, if you will.
Okay,
something,
okay. Silent 2 remake, I get it. Okay, probably.
God, no.
Right. Ooh, Alone in the Dark, that new one.
Exactly. Right? No, actually, I am talking about... Actually, no, that was a terrible segue. But...
It's fine.
You know what? No. The next game on the list is just a fantastic game. I do enjoy a fighting game, now and then.
Tekken 8.
Tekken 8. I'm talking about King of Fighters 94.
Mike.
Robert?
I think you said King of Fighters 94. And
yes.
That came out in, I believe, 1994? Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's a game I played in 2024. I thought that was the list.
Can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. So, okay. King of Fighters 94.
Yes.
Terry Bogard is a character in King of Fighters. This video is from Long in Play.
Yes, this is from originally released on the Neo Geo from legendary developer and publisher SNK, who have released a bunch of other awesome games. Really, SNK is one of those publishers that I don't think gets necessarily they don't get their flowers as much as I feel like they should, considering what else they've come out with. But yeah, this was also the first in the King of Fighters series, which is still goddamn going.
When's the last King of Fighters game that came out?
I can't remember. I know I've got a few of them just kicking around, but hold on.
Yeah.
King of Fighters series. Oh man.
But why you looked that up? Why King of Fighters 94? Is it just because you had it on a fucking SNK thing?
No, I never had a Neo Geo, but
I mean for 2024, obviously.
Oh, for the 2024, yeah. No, God, if I had a Neo Geo, oh man, do you think I'd be here now? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, the last release was in 2023, King of Fighters 13 Global Match.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, like I said, it's was that 29 years? So, it's pretty goddamn good. No, I like revisiting some of these old fighting games. Like, if I could get to an arcade that has it, you will find me playing Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Just because that game is fucking awesome. But then all of the fighting games kind of at that time, like they had, the character models, those sprites, and then the crazy animated backgrounds too. So like there was just kind of something special about that era of fighting game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, when I was in LA, I went and got drinks with a couple of friends of mine that live out there, and we went to a barcade.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I just for about maybe 20 minutes was just watching them fight each other in Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Kind of going back and forth with twins, and I was just like, I love you guys. Like, they're married and everything. I was like, this is love. Yeah. This is two fucking best friends just playing Street Fighter 2, beating the fuck out of each other.
Oh, yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Oh, man. I remember one Anime Bonsai in the gaming room. They had a, Street Fighter 2, alpha. And I just sat there for hours just playing, just taking on any and all comers. God, it was a good time, man. So... But yeah, man, King of Fighters 94.
Okay, well, I mean, it's still, at least the year ended in 4.
Yeah, So, again, if you can, nitpick things, but...
I mean, well, you played it there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Played
it in the year of our Lord 2024. Again, what is it you want from me?
I can't get mad at you for it. That would be silly.
I mean, you can try, but I will cry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try, but I will cry.
Yeah. That's fair. So, I think I'm going to try to bring us back to close to present day, at least. With my next game on my list actually is a game that came out in 2024. It was Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which is Like a Dragon, I believe Like a Dragon 8. Yeah, because that's where the Infinite... Like a Dragon 8 in the mainline series. There are also a couple of... there's been some spin-offs and everything that came out, including one that's coming out next month that I'm super fucking excited for. But Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, massive JRPG, weird shit, like any Like a Dragon / Yakuza game. Story... very emotional, very very good. You play as Ichiban Kasuga and Kazuma Kiryu here. Their stories kind of intertwined. Kazuma Kiryu has been the the antagonist of the series since the beginning, and Ichiban Kasuga is kind of he's the new protagonist there in this new series where everything is turn-based. So, yeah, the gameplay in Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, is so goddamn fun, and it's varied as shit. It's like 12 different goddamn games in one.
Yeah, there's so many goddamn games going on.
Like, you've got the basic game here, which is, you're following along with the story. And then there's the Sujimon side quest, which you collect weirdos, and it's essentially Pokemon. And then you make them battle each other, because that's fine.
Just like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly, just like Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's little mini games. There's like a little crazy taxi mini game, almost, where you're delivering food. There's a Pokemon Snap type mini game, but you're taking pictures of creeps in the streets. And then the one that sidetracked me for about 20 hours, maybe, was Dondoko Island, which is just fucking Animal Crossing. Like, this game is insane, and it's all in one thing, and it all just kind of flows. It all works. It took me a very, very long time to beat, obviously. It's a huge game. And you know what I did after I beat it?
What?
I played it again. Immediately, did a New Game Plus. I bought the DLC that came out for it, which was just a bunch of other, challenge dungeons. And got all the fucking achievements for it, because I love this game, and that's what I do when I really loved a game. Got all the achievements in... I got all the trophies in Astrobot, got the Platinum, I got all the achievements in Metaphor Refantasio. However the fuck you pronounce it, I still don't know. But...
I've heard it so many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, Infinite Wealth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is definitely on my list of best games of 2024. If you haven't played it, do it. Great game. As far as I know, so what I did when I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, which was the last mainline series, which is the first one that stars Ichiban Kasuga. I just kind of went into that one blind. I'd never played a Yakuza game before. And I was like, oh, it's probably, this is like a new character, so I can probably jump in just fine. And then there were things that I didn't understand. There were some references to some older things that I didn't get because I just hadn't played them. And then when I was going to play this one, I first played, there was another game that came out in 2023 called Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, which was the story of Kazuma Kiryu during the events of Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's silly. Yeah, the naming convention's weird.
Yeah.
So that's kind of happening at the same time as Like a Dragon 7, which was Yakuza Like a Dragon. This is the first one with Ichiban, which we just talked about. So I played that one, got to the end of that, and the ending of that game is super emotional, and I didn't understand it at all, because it's essentially like following up the last 6 mainline Yakuza games. So then before this one, as it was coming out, before I started playing it, I went on fucking YouTube and just watched like 2-3 hour videos that are like, this is what happened in the previous Yakuza game, so I could kind of be fully caught up. So, if you want to play, you don't have to do that. I just wanted to know more.
But there's so much fucking lore in those goddamn
lore.
Games.
Yeah,
there is so fucking much.
Yakuza or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is on my list. So I'm gonna come back to the 2 here. And Mike, go ahead and tell me your next favorite game that you played in 2024.
Man, gotta be honest, a soundtrack can make or break a game.
Very true. Very true. Like Metaphor Refantasio and the battle theme.
Exactly.
I get it. it.
Yeah, man. I mean, there were so many games nominated for, best score and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one game
Fantasy,
that I played last...
7 Rebirth.
Yeah. There's one game last year that I felt that, at least for me, stood head and shoulders above everything else as far as the soundtrack goes.
Okay.
And
I think I know where you're going. It's on my list too.
Yeah. Need for Speed Underground 2.
You son of a bitch. Let me pull this up.
Yeah, go ahead, pull it up, jackass.
fucking...
Listen, this game fucking rules.
I'm
I will
not
hear
arguing that.
no different.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that
Oh yeah, no,
Need for
this
Speed
game
Underground 2 doesn't fucking rule, okay?
fucking, to this day, it still hits just so fucking hard for me and so many other people.
I know. What is it about Underground 2 as opposed to Underground 1 or any other Need for Speed game, including the one that did come out in 2024?
So originally the Need for Speed games were literally just like you outrunning the cops, but with the Underground games, they were more like, hey, we're hip and cool, and the import kids.
Hey,
we
seen
need to
Fast
appeal
and
to them.
Furious.
Pretty much, exactly, yeah. That was kind of where it was, but in the first Underground, it was kind of you were trying to build your rep, your cred, all that stuff, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So on and so forth. Underground 2 just took that formula and just kind of perfected it. You got more cars, better cars, the driving mechanics were better, the soundtrack was way better. And, yeah, man, like, look at this guy. It's a peak 2004 build 350Z. Nowadays, nowadays people will be like, that goes hard. But 10 years ago, we would have been making fun of you because we were all about making our cars look like stock cars from Japan.
In 2015.
Yes.
Okay. So 11 years after this game came out is when you would be making fun of me for having this car. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
so it's come back around, is what you're saying.
You have no fucking idea how hard this shit has come back around. Right.
I mean, you know me. I'm a car guy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You got that stack of... Yep.
Has wheels. So, 4 of them.
Yep. Hey.
4 of them.
Yeah, no, this game is like... This is a moment in time for so many... Yeah. 6 if you got a spare.
We'll do 5.5. It's like a donut. It's like a thinner one. But yeah, it's a moment in time.
Yeah. Space Saver. Yeah, no, it's a, like... Not just like a moment in time, just like this is what was cool, but like a lot of guys who were just like, oh, like games are dumb, I'm just building my car. It's like, oh shit, this is actually really fucking cool. So yeah, like this was the entryway for a lot of people who now have spent $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 on an Assetto Corsa sim rig.
Oh, hold on, really quick.
An immense amount of hours modding the fuck out of that game. So they can have a shitbox 350Z like that. Yeah.
It's a fucking singular logo.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I used to work for them. Okay,
yeah,
so
man.
This was one of the best games that you played in 2024.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Yep.
All
right, I believe in you. And I'm happy for you.
Look at that! The slow-mo crash.
God. So good. Look at those crash physics on that car.
Oh man, there was drifting in this game and it was so bad, but so good at the same fucking time. But anyway, Robert, the ball is now back in your court.
God, am I gonna bring us back to the present again?
Listen, I'm getting more modern as we go.
I know, and I get it. These were games that you played in 2024 that you really liked.
Again, I feel I did not understand the premise.
You know what? This is not a new thing for us, but it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
It's not.
I am going to...
being dumb, it happens.
I mean, you're a beautiful boy, though. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is sit there and look pretty.
What I do.
Yeah, but my next game, once again, came out in 2024. Indie game.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is called Dungeons of Hinterberg. I don't know have you heard of this one?
Ooh. I have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah, so
This looks cool.
I picked this up because I like the art style and everything, and kind of the story seemed pretty cool. You play as the main character, whose name now I can not remember, because I played it when it first came out, at least on Xbox. So you play as this character, and you decide to go to this town that has these portals that take you to worlds where you can fight monsters, and that's kind of their tourist thing, is to people come to the town to fight the monsters and go through the dungeons. Town is it's called Hinterberg. I forget, it's like in some European country. So yeah, the dungeons of Hinterberg, there are 25, 30 dungeons, and they kind of go up in
cool,
and, all that stuff. But you go through one per day if you want to. And the gameplay, the actual like fighting gameplay is this. It's kind of that 3D platformer type thing. You've got your gear, your weapons, and everything that you can upgrade, and you can kind of get better gear and buy more stuff. But the thing that really, stood out to me as the fucking somehow the dude who loves JRPGs, but I only play 4 of them. Is the kind of friendship system that you have with the people in the town that you meet, and you hang out with them, you become better friends with them, and the more that you hang out with them and the better friends you become, you kind of unlock these perks with them. Maybe one runs a shop that lets you put like charms on your weapons that give you kind of boosts, and then if you raise their friendship, they're cheaper, or you have access to more. One can get you these things here. There's a few where once you become good friends with them, they give you like some of the best gear in the game, stuff like that. But it's all about the relationships between you and the characters in the town of Hinterberg. And then in between there, you're going to these dungeons and you're fighting these monsters, and you're each different. There's different biomes in the game, that the biomes each have like 4 or 5 different dungeons in them, and then each biome has a special kind of has some special abilities that you only use in that biome. So there's a lot of varied gameplay. Story is really good. She's trying to figure out what the hell she wants to do with her life. She's kind of stuck in a rut, and she decides, this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go on vacation in Hinterberg, and I'm just going to fight monsters to try to, get out of this rut, and, ends up obviously being much more than that. But it was on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still on Game Pass.
Out.
So check it out if it is on Game Pass, but Dungeons of Hinterberg is definitely on my list of best games that I've played in 2024.
Hey.
I don't know if I streamed it. I may have streamed it a little bit.
Dungeons of Hinterberg is still on Game Pass.
Hell
so
yeah. Then I highly recommend playing Dungeons of Hinterberg if you have Game Pass, because you don't have to buy it. If you already have Game Pass, you already have access to it. Fucking play it.
Yep.
3D platforming, fighting, and then kind of relationship building almost. Persona-esque, if you will.
You like games where you got to build relationships with people.
I do. You know what?
That's
kind of what I don't have any friends besides you. And these people have to, because they're AI. They're programmed to like me. So.
Well, hell yeah. No.
Yeah.
Excited to check this out.
Dungeons of Hinterberg, and hey, maybe for the beginner. This might be intermediate. It's very beginner friendly when it comes to like a 3D platform or stuff like that. But maybe you can work your way up to this one.
Hey man, I think that's what we're gonna try and do.
Yeah. So Mike, let's go with your next one. Okay.
All right.
We've gone in the past a bit, so let's go. Let's do your next favorite game that you played in 2024. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. Next favorite game. Yeah, man, this one got a lot of great reviews. People love this series. They love this entry, and it is Dragon Age.
Yes,
Inquisition.
You son of a bitch! Every time, I don't know why I believe in you, but I love you.
It's because you love me. You're willing to put up with my bullshit.
Yeah, I am. So, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yes.
I just pulled up a random thing. This is Loopy Long Plays.
Loopy Long Plays.
So why Inquisition specifically?
Inquisition was actually the first Dragon Age that I played, so it's got that going for it. Yeah, no, this was a game that just so many people just across all of the gaming podcasts that I listened to were like, "This game's awesome. You need to play this game." And yeah, I was just like, "All right, fine, whatever," And I finally picked it up, and yeah, no, I just it was one of those things. I picked it up, and then I just kind of couldn't put it down.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, this is pretty fucking awesome, and then, a lot of great DLC with this one as well. But I love that it's not, fully open world. It's, semi-open world, because this is one of those, in Breath of the Wild, I just got fucking lost and forgot what I was trying to do.
I mean, it's also, because it's a Zelda game, and it's boring as fuck, so that makes sense.
And also the weapons break too fucking quick. God damn it.
That too.
I found a kick-ass sword. I want to keep using the kick-ass sword. Why does my kick-ass sword break after 3 swings? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, this kind of... Until I started playing Baldur's Gate 3, this really, stemmed the tide for my, high fantasy RPG. This is about as much D&D as I'm going to be able to get in a video game.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, man, I don't project. I'm a big high fantasy kind of guy, but I do enjoy some, high fantasy, elves, orcs, magic, that sort of shit.
I mean, if you want a good RPG set in a high fantasy world, that also lets you build relationships with people.
Well, see,
and has weird looking fucking monsters. And lets you skateboard on a sword. I've got a singular game for you. Alright?
What is this magical game?
It's called Metaphor Refantatio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, Metaphor it's on my list.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, it's God damn it.
Yeah.
After Cyberpunk, that might be the next game for, the nerding playthrough.
The long playthroughs.
Yeah. Which, total side note. So,
I'm kind of giving up the ghost here with my next pick as you're talking about that. So,
hey, it's all right. Oh, you gonna go with Dragon Age Origins?
No.
Yeah, no, since I do have free time on the weekends, I'm thinking about just having a random, get the boys together, play Call of Duty, get the boys together, play, some other multiplayer game, just some dumb fun with my friends. Yeah. Especially, right now that we're in the depths of winter and Jesus Christ, I was freezing my ass off walking to my car today. Oof. Oh. It was a bitter cold
after work
wind.
Or before work?
After work. Oh, before work.
Yeah, you get off when it's dark out again. So
actually, there was enough sun in the sky that I'm just like, man, this would be super pretty if it wasn't windy and the wind chill was in the teens. Fuck this noise.
Meanwhile, when I left work today, I had my jacket on, and by the time I got out to my car, which was parked in the first stall at the building, I had my jacket off because I was too warm.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do the fun sitting in traffic trying to take off my jacket, which never goes well.
No.
Never goes well.
No,
never. Anyway,
well,
Robert,
this is my next game on my list that, one of my favorites in 2024 was Dragon Age The Veilguard. The direct sequel, I guess, to Inquisition, because I think Inquisition was 360 and then or one? No, it's 360.
Yep. It was 360.
Yeah. So this is actually my first Dragon Age game, was The Veilguard. I'd tried playing the first Dragon Age when it first came out, Origins, could not get into it at all. Hated hated the actual like gameplay of it.
Okay.
With the the battle system being like, hey, tell your person what to do, and then they'll do it, kind of that thing.
Yeah, that man. Commanding other party members.
Yeah.
And just being like, I want you to do this, and then leaving the AI up to figure out how to do the thing you want it to do.
Yeah.
It's, it's a bit of a trick. It can be frustrating. I remember playing the old Medal of Honor games where you had a squad of soldiers to control, and you're just like, hey man, I need you guys to duck down, go along this hedgerow, and then wait, because I'm going to pop around the other side and force these Nazis to you. And they're just like, cool, got it. And they run down the hedgerow and then just run headlong into a fucking panzer. I'm like, cool, awesome. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you are part of the greatest generation. Goddamn fucking AI. Piece of shit. But yeah, man. No, I mean... our buddy Dex, last few times I have rated him, he has been playing Dragon Age the Veilguard, or Marvel Rivals, but, I mean, watching him play Dragon Age the Veilguard, I'm like, man, that's bullshit. Yeah, like, it's one of those, like, I would love to get my hands on it. Yeah. Give it some time, but again, seeing as how I'm just littering myself with just these very long, immense solo play games, I feel I might need to try to find something that I can play with a friend.
You can play Veilguard with a friend, just, hanging out in chat, talking to you, doing all that stuff.
I could do that with every game, but, actually having some competent help sometimes would be nice.
That's fair.
So,
that is fair.
Yep.
Veilguard, I loved it. I played as I'm a fucking boring dude when it comes to, like, the fantasy games where you can be a mage or you can be a wizard. I'm just like, yeah, give me a sword and let me throw a shield at somebody. So,
listen, there is nothing wrong with just, going with a fighter. It works.
Yeah.
So
Veilguard, Dragon Age the Veilguard is my next one. So, Mike, let's go with.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
I am. You know what? I feel like we have to at this point. We've come too far. So
we're gonna ride this.
We're in this together.
The fucking ground, baby.
Yes.
Stop watching the stream. It's slowing down.
That's fair. That is fair. So, I'm gonna go with maybe Super Mario Brothers.
Thank you for asking me, Discord.
No, E.T. On the Atari 2600. Is that where we're going?
No, that's not where we're going. No.
The
Love where your head's at, though.
Donkey Kong? No. Are we doing something modern?
I mean, define modern. I feel like everything I've
at least.
Okay, fine.
Good.
Fine.
Fucking modern ass game.
All right.
What we got here? Let's go.
You know what? There was a big moment in NASCAR a couple years ago called the Hail Melon.
Dale Earnhardt died.
Nope.
Oh, well,
different thing.
He did, but
that was the blackest day of 2001.
Okay.
I will hear nothing further. Yep. No. Hold on. The driver's name is slipping my mind. Hail Melon.
Jeff Gordon.
Ross Chastain.
That's what I said.
Yep, at Martinsville at the 2022 Xfinity 500. He just fucking pinned it, just got up on the wall, knowing that he could just open the throttle as wide as it will go and just ride the wall around, and ended up finishing high enough to move on to the next stage of the playoffs. And you know where he learned that? NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup on the GameCube.
Oh, god damn it. I heard 2022, and I was like, I mean, maybe it's going to be closer. Maybe it'll be. This video clip has, I thought that was and maybe it's just on here. I don't know if I can get to it, but it was the fucking Mr. Clean. Anyway, so Mike,
what do you need? What can I do for you?
NASCAR 2005.
Yeah.
Chase for the cup. Now, you've said a lot of words in that sentence about pinning it and throttling in a wall, and I didn't understand any of them. And then you said the word playoffs.
Yes. NASCAR, in their infinite wisdom, decided that, just having a traditional season-long championship like, every other goddamn racing series in the world they decided, no, we need to have a playoff series, a playoff sort of thing.
You keep describing this. I need another beer, so I'm listening to you.
You go get another beer. Maybe go grab a couple more, because it's the only way you'll be able to understand this. They decided that they needed something to make the end of the year more exciting, an actual fight for the championship. So they came up with the playoff. So all of the, I think it's the top 12 or something. I don't know. I don't give a shit. It's so terrible. But yeah, you essentially just elimination rounds through the last certain amount of races. But here's the thing. It's still the full field. So there's still 30 cars out there. But there's only 10. Oh, Jesus. These crazy ass fucking modifieds. There's really only 12 guys actually racing for something. And it's dumb. You end up giving a shit about who's fighting for 18th place. So it's dumb, it's bad, I hate it. I love this though. Just all the goofy, God, these crazy ass modifieds where the car is literally built over to one side for better weight distribution. These things were not meant to be on a road course. Yeah,
I've played Wreckfest.
Wreckfest is fun.
Yeah.
Wreckfest is a good one.
Yeah.
That's definitely up there for me. Definitely up there for me. Alrighty, Robert.
All right, Mike, I love you.
I love you too, buddy. You got something else for me?
I do. I've got a couple. I've actually got a lot more. We're not going to go through each and every single one of them. So the next game on my list, best games that I played in 2024, and this one actually did come out in 2024, is an indie game called 1000X Resist. Or 1000 times...
See, because I called it 1000 times... Because 1000, the little x is times.
Yeah, but it's also just
multiple.
Maybe it's 1000. Maybe it's 1010 resist. I don't.
1000.
I think
I know.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've got somebody. Let's give somebody a call here. Okay.
We need solution to this.
We need a solution to this. Let me call somebody.
All right.
Okay, ringing.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Remy, thank you so much for taking the call. So, hey, we're talking about our favorite games of 2024. Obviously, on my list is your game that came out, and I'll be completely honest, I don't know how to say the name of the game. I've heard it multiple different ways. Can you please shed some light on what the name of 1000 Resist is?
Thanks for calling. This is it's called 1000 times Resist.
So you were right, Mike. 1000 times Resist. He said it correctly. I said it incorrectly.
Yeah.
I'm here to take calls for the rest of time for this one. So I think I'm totally okay. I think everybody should feel very comfortable just saying 1000x resist or 1000 times resist. I think that's totally okay with me. I think I personally call it 1000 times resist, but it's not that big of a deal for me if people call it one way or another.
It's fair.
But I will answer this the same time every time. Yeah.
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 So that X in the middle could be a bunch of different things. Either the X, like I was saying, the times, 1010 resist, 1000 cross resist, like a goddamn Kingdom Hearts game.
I like the idea of just the physical motion of just 1000 resist.
Yeah, 1000. Yeah, straight edge resist.
Yeah. Yes, we do use the X confusingly in different ways in the game. Anyways.
I mean, thank you so much. All right, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Awesome. See you then. Thank you. All right, yeah, so... Okay, we got it straight from the developer's mouth, the creator's mouth. 1000 times resist. You heard that right? Everybody can say that now. So 1000 times resist is on my list of just... And it might be the best story game that I've played, because it is, let's be honest, it's quote unquote a walking simulator. You're not fighting anybody, you're not doing anything, you're learning about what the fuck happened.
Exactly. Like, you are kind of unraveling a mystery from a very weird point. It feels like. No, this is what I've played. This will probably be on my list of best games I played in 2025, because I started playing it after the new year.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is. I've put some time into it. It is amazing. So I am enjoying the shit out of it.
It goes places that you don't think it's going to go to. I don't want to get too much into it.
We're not. We're not going to get too much into it because
Yes.
So
it did win a couple of Indie Game of the Year or Indie Game Awards. Actually, the as I was messaging, but without getting too much into it, it is just an incredible story of you're trying to unravel what happened, kind of pretty much at the end of the world, and how you got to where your character is at and what set it all up, all that stuff. And I don't want to go too much into it today because I don't want to spoil it. But what I will say is that next week on this podcast, we're going to spoil the fuck out of it because Remy is going to be joining us to talk all about 1000 times resist. So if you've played it, if you had any questions about the story, about anything with the game at all, hit us up, let us know. We will ask Remy in kind of our interview with him, So yeah, this is very very early on in the game. I didn't want to really go too far into a gameplay video, but you can kind of get a little feel for the gameplay. You've got your the 3D character here. You're walking around this area is one of many areas that you kind of explore, and it's a walking simulator, and I don't want that to sound like it's a bad thing. Because it's not.
No, calling it a walking simulator, I feel kind of like it is, but there's more to it than just that.
Yeah.
So,
once again, next week, Remy Sue will be here to talk all about 1000 times resist, and thank you for answering the call, my friend. But 1000 times resist is one of my favorite games from 2024. So, Mike, let's grab maybe another one of yours.
Another one?
Another one of yours. Okay. I believe in you this time. We can do it.
Why do you believe in me after everything I've done tonight?
Because I love you.
Oh, I love you too, but I feel like you might have... you might be betting on the wrong horse on this one if you want somebody to land this plane and not kill everybody on board. Yeah, man. I think, you know, there were a lot of great games,
Yeah.
you know, that came across this hallowed desk here, and the hallowed desk up at my parents' house where I used to live before I moved down here to this lovely mid-century house in God's County. Um, you know, there's a there's one place where there is truly no God. It is nothing but the depths of evil, demons, one man versus all the evil. What do you got?
I know where you're going. I know where you're
All
going.
right. All right. On three.
Yeah.
Right? 1, 2, 3.
Diablo
Doom 2.
4. Oh, god damn it. Oh, fuck. Doom 2. Mike. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, Doom 2.
Yep. Sequel to the original.
Sequel to the original Doom. And why this one over the original Doom, Mike?
I mean, I like the original Doom. Yeah, I don't know. I like some of the levels here better. I like some of the weird, like, mods that people did for Doom 2. Like, there's just some... God. The early 90s, as, like, PC games, you got some weird, unhinged shit built upon the back of Doom. Like, utterly terrifying, mind-breaking sort of shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And listen, it's a classic formula. It just does it again. Before it had to be like, hey, we need to do something that isn't Doom again. So they made Quake.
Yeah. I mean, there's a new Doom coming out maybe this year, right? Should be this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Doom the Dark Age. And,
Yep.
When that shows up, I'm going to bust out my bass guitar that looks like an axe and, play that shit. But in the meantime,
this is Mike's Era Tour or Era's Tour. Nerding for Beginners, the Era's Tour of games that came out in years that ended in 4.
Yes. Oh man, I can't. I love you too, buddy. I can't wait until we get to go behind the bit on this one.
Anyway, I mean, I have like I said, I have a lot more games on my list. We're not going to go through each and every one of them with videos. Let me just kind of quick read them. Persona 3 Reload. Obviously, I loved Sonic. I guess Times, Shadows, Generations. Really fun one. It's a remake. It's a remaster of Sonic Generations, and then there's Shadow Generations. Which was, that's kind of a whole new thing. College Football 25.
God, yeah, that was... So many dudes came out of retirement for that one.
Yeah. On the sports tip, WWE 2K24. And another indie that I played, which I think technically I played after the new year, but it did come out in 2024, was Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island. So it's another indie game, another almost walking sim, if you will. There's puzzles. It's more kind of just, are there puzzles really? Not really. But yeah, you're walking around. It's a friend 'em up, is what it's called. You're walking. You get shipwrecked on this island, and you very quickly realize that the island is inhabited by Greek gods who have all forgotten who the fuck they are. So you're helping them remember who they are, remember why they're on the island, what happened to them, all this stuff. So it's just it was a fun chill game.
Yeah.
But Mike, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna come back to the 2 here.
Okay.
Let's, maybe we'll cut to a commercial. Maybe we won't. Maybe we have an ad. Maybe we don't.
Who knows?
Who knows? We still reach out to us if you are a streamer, if you have a podcast, if you've got a little 30-second clip, hit us up on Blue Sky. Let us know. We would love to grab. We want to start grabbing some kind of ads, little clips to promote kind of our friends, their podcasts, all of their stuff. So if we have one, we're going to put it in now. If not, then you're going to see me snap, and then we're just going to go on to the next segment. So, and we're back. So, Mike, I reached out on the socials,
she did,
as you do, and asked kind of anybody that all of our friends, anybody else on any of the socials that we have, on the YouTube, on everything, what their games of the year or favorite games of 2024, however you want to put it, what they had. So I've got a few write-ins, and then we actually have a few videos here. So all right. What I want to do now is I'm doing a couple things here. So on the write-in front, this was over on kind of my, I think on Facebook and everything. Just sent out, hey, what are your games of the year? What were your favorite games of 2024? Our friend Jeff Dillon, Faded Sky Jeff. I don't know why that just got out of my head. Jeff responded with, "Give me that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle at the top of my list, baby." Which I didn't have on my list. I haven't played too much of it, so I didn't want to.
Yeah,
it's on my list. It's really fun, and I want to play more. I just haven't been able to. And then he says, "I'd also throw up Astrobot, Silent Hill 2 remake." And the new World of War expansion, even though that's a continuation. But, I mean, fuck it. If you played it in 2024 and you fucking loved it, there you go. Yeah. That's your favorite game of 2024.
It did come out in 2024.
It did. So. It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy, my friend Boris, our friend Boris, plays a lot of online games. He streams at, what is his Twitch name? Passively Offside.
Okay.
He streams it very rarely, but he plays a lot of online shooters, so his answers were Marvel Rivals and Fortnite.
All right.
Okay, once again, Fortnite did not fucking come out last year, but whatever.
Whatever.
A good friend of mine, name is Corinne, kind of went your route. This was her favorite game that she played in 2024. Says, "I've been telling everyone they must play Unpacking," which we talked about earlier. Most surprising little gem of the whole year. It's a cozy house decorator puzzle game. You unpack a character's life through 8 moves, 8 different moves in their life, and learn about them through the items that you unpack and the rooms that you unpack them in, starting with their childhood room in 1997. There's little nods to pop culture in the individual items, and a surprisingly emotional story you piece together as time goes on. Gameplay is less than 5 hours. There are no timers or scores. The retro-style art is beautiful. There's no dialogue, almost no text, and no characters. It definitely deserves a playthrough. I cannot believe it took me 3 years to find, but definitely my favorite from 2024. We spoke about this at the beginning when Mike is getting some games for his lovely girlfriend to play, and Unpacking is on that list because Unpacking is just an incredible. I love it. It's a cozy-ass game. It's not difficult. You can actually make it easier if you want to.
Yeah, we watched the trailer. It looked like that's the thing. She thought it looked great, so hey.
And then Corinne also says, "I didn't game much this year. Everything else was Diablo, Hogwarts Legacy, which I did play last year in 2024. Had a good time with it. Baldur's Gate 3, Path of Titans, Inscription, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland." So those are. I was trying to see if we had anything else. Nope. And then over on Blue Sky, I posted that out, and our good friend OM Jesus came in with Shadow of the Erd Tree was incredible, but Indiana Jones and The Great Circle could end up being my number 1.
All right.
Yeah, which I didn't have Erd Tree. I loved Elden Ring. I still haven't played Erd Tree.
Hey, that's man.
Yeah.
I think I know where my bread is buttered with FromSoft games, and it's the ones with the big robots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also have a few videos. So first up
Hooray!
here is our friend Foxy Steve. Foxy is going to be he'll be on the podcast at some point. We've talked about it. Want to get him on to talk about some WWE 2K games, just WWE games in general, wrestling games. So
Hell yeah!
And we haven't watched any of these videos. So
Nope.
I hope that none of the people who sent in videos said anything, really fucking terrible. Let's find out. So first up, Foxy Steve.
Yo, what the heck is going on? It is Foxy Steve here. I was requested by Mr. Hawks to talk about my top 2024 games. I played a few things. I played Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Black Myth: Wukong, Metaphor: Refantasia, and those were all amazing. But the thing that I think surprised me the most was my impulse buy of Astrobot. I've only platinumed 2 games in my life as a person using a PlayStation, and that is Spider-Man 2. I don't know why I'm playing with this bottle. Spider-Man 2 and Astrobot. Goddamn, Astrobot, it was so good. It was so fun to play. I don't think I've had that much fun playing a platformer since Super Mario Odyssey. The level design, just the creative nature of everything, all the nostalgia just hit right the way it needed to. Everything in that game felt so good. I could not put it down until I did everything in it. That was my personal game of the year, and I cannot wait to see what that team does next.
So that was Foxy Steve talking about a game that we spoke about, Astrobot, which was honestly also on my list. 100% was. So
even for the 20 minutes I played, that was a goddamn good game.
Yeah, it is legitimately one of just the fucking best games. Like I said earlier to Mike, if you have the opportunity to play it, do it.
Play it.
It's just an incredible game. It's perfectly well made. Like Foxy Steve said, it is oh shit. It's nostalgic in the best ways,
Yeah. Like, it's not trading on nostalgia. It, like, actually kind of makes you feel nostalgic. Like, it's not the whole, like, hey, remember this? Wasn't this awesome? Like, look at this old thing. Like, it's not trying to retread something that you've already played before. It's like making nods to things you've played before. It's like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Remember Ratchet and Clank? That was awesome. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we've got Chris, a.k.a. Rumble Pack. Let us see what Chris said. He also has fucking just kick-ass merch here.
Seriously.
That shirt that he's wearing, it's kind of cut off on the thing here, is one of his designs, Head of the Pack, based on, obviously, Roman Reigns, our tribal chief.
Hell yeah.
Head of the table. So let's see what Chris's game / games of 2024 are.
All right.
What's going on, everybody? It's Chris, a.k.a. RumblePack92, the head of the pack, and my favorite game of 2024 was, to no one's surprise, Tekken 8. There has never been a better time to get into fighting games than right now with Tekken 8. It's got everything you want. It's the full package, from the simplest story mode that I have ever seen in a fighting game to the ability to be able to pause your replays of online matches and be able to drop right in and practice things that you were struggling with in there. The game in itself, which is something that I think fighting games have missed for a long time, it has everything in the game. You don't have to go to any external source to be able to learn the ropes of what fighting games are, to be able to speak the language, learn how to move and how to pilot and control your characters. It's got surprisingly deep character customization, and it even has a whole separate control screen that they call Special Style, designed to let casual players be able to just press buttons and have cool stuff happen on screen, so that way you can kind of hang with your more competitive friends. Nobody likes getting beat up on by somebody who already knows what they're doing. So being able to just jump in, mash some buttons, have a good time. It's there. It's got everything you want. In a year full of heavy hitters in video games, fighting games I think tend to get overlooked. So I wanted to make sure that Tekken gets its flowers. It's an extremely excellent game. not even just for fighting games, but just in video games in general. So do not sleep on Tekken.
So Tekken 8.
Yeah, no. That's one that, like, I've got a few friends who picked it up and just loved the shit out of it and would do nothing but, like, send me, like, videos of them playing it.
Yeah.
You know? And they're just like, you gotta get on this. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna, but I'm glad you're stoked on it.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're having a good time.
Yeah. No, and I will agree with him. Like, a lot of fighting games, just, you know, it's just like, oh, here it is, moving on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they are, man, there are so many, like, good fighting games. Like, I mean, Tekken 8 is obviously the most recent one. But, I mean, even if you think about it, like, Smash Brothers is a fighting game.
Oh,
and
100%.
I can't tell you how many times, like, how many nights I have had playing Smash Bros. With my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, everybody's just like, oh, like, Smash Bros. Kind of gets separated away from, you know, like, it's a fighting game, but it's not Street Fighter, it's not Tekken, you know, it's not King of Fighters, it's not Virtua Fighter, it's none of those things, you know, it's like its own thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. It exists in its own little bubble within fighting games, but nobody looks at it as a fighting game like they do the others that I mentioned. And I don't know, it seems like whenever there's a new Smash Bros, it kind of takes the shine away from everything, and everybody else looks more critically at these other fighting games, which is kind of a bummer, because, like, yeah, okay, they do have some of them have rough launches, but they get better, you know, like a lot of other games. So, you know, yeah, no, definitely Tekken 8 needs to get its flowers, because that game, it is amazing.
If I remember correctly, yeah, that did win Best Fighting Game at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I didn't like about the Game Awards, and I don't like about it, they've done every year, is like the what feels like almost throwaway pre-show awards that they give out. Which I'm, you know, I feel like if you're good enough to win a Game Award for a category, you should be good enough to have it be on the main fucking show.
Seriously.
You know. But I mean, that's just me.
That's, you know, whatever. We'll
we'll
have our rant-filled episode at some point. Probably when we're together, violently drunk.
Oh my god. I can't wait for that.
Aw, me, you, and the mixer. Ooh, buddy. Microphones. Oh, it's going to be so bad.
Half of that episode is just going to be hearing a blender making us margaritas. And I can't wait.
It's going. Oh, we need to do that in this. If we're gonna do it, we'll talk about this after we're done here.
Yeah,
because I've got some thoughts.
Good. I want to hear all of them.
All right.
Next up, we've got a past guest who will hopefully be returning. Sometime next month. I mean, obviously he'll definitely fucking be on again if he wants to. We're not going to force him. But this is our friend Neo Aoshi.
You're not going to force him. I will.
Mike might. Sorry, Neo. So friend Neo Aoshi, let's see what he's got to say.
What's up, Storymoders podcast?
Really quick. We're gonna go back. He sent me this, and I just want to let you. He sent me this, and then he's like. Or actually, before he did, he's like, oh, I recorded it, and I forgot that my whole overlay for my stream is on. Is that okay? Yeah. And I'm like, bud, have you seen this podcast? Yeah.
Have you seen,
it's fun.
Have you seen this shit show?
You have pants on? That's more than I can say for myself right now. Regardless, though. Yeah, Neo Aoshi. Love him. Incredible hair.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Storymoders podcast? Neo Aoshi here. Talk to you about my game of the year for 2024.
God, he's so good.
And that goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
God, I fucking hate him so much.
For many reasons. The story, continuing from Remake, was excellent. I love the path that they're taking for this. They're not just doubling down on retelling the original story, but they're doing something different and a little bit new. And I really, really like that. It's got me hooked. And even as an original fan, I don't know where the finale's going. It was really excellently executed, visually, and playing the game. The combat is vastly improved from Remake. They took that core and they said, what else can we do to it to make it better and more improved and fun to play? And they did it. I loved combat. It's something I never avoided, and sometimes I get tired of that. The mini games, excellent way to cut up your game and not make you feel like you're doing the same thing the entire time. They were all unique and engaging, especially Queen's Blood. Really, really got addicted to that. And the best part is if you didn't want to interact with the mini games, you didn't have to. It was fantastic. It has me really excited for where we're going next. And yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's my fave. I'm going to tell you my runner-up as well, Astrobot. Now look, everyone's talking about it being this amazing platformer, but the thing that really stood out to me the most about Astrobot is how anytime you went into a level, it felt like you could reach out and interact with anything, and it would respond to you. Everything felt alive in that game. And not only that, they would give you mechanics, say, here, enjoy this toy for a minute, then toss it. Say, no, we got something new for you to play with. And then they made it challenging in the speedrun levels. Or if you didn't want to touch those, you just play the game and have a good time. They really, really nailed what the core value they were going for, and that was fun. Well, thank you, Mr. Hawks and the Storymoders, and I hope you have a good 2025.
God, he's got great hair, and I love him.
Fucking A.
Yeah, so good, so good. Yeah, so Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I still haven't played Remake. I also never played Final Fantasy VII, so it's, I'm not against it. I wasn't into it when it first came out. And when I started playing kind of those types of games, because when I was really young, I was playing more, obviously, platformers, and then a lot of WWE stuff, and then the PS2 came around is when I started getting into my RPG era. It was like Final Fantasy X, which is what I played, which was my first Final Fantasy. And the next one that I played was Final Fantasy 16 with Ben Starr, who is gorgeous, and he's great. So,
really beautiful.
7, never really went back to. So Remake, I did technically start. Okay. And this one's not on screen yet. Just letting you know. Wait, can I do this? Oh, I can't. Oh, even better. Easy.
But yeah,
so Remake I never started.
Okay.
Because like I said, I was just never a Final Fantasy VII guy. So Rebirth, I feel like I'm just, that's not going to be a game that I can jump into.
Yeah, you definitely need to play Remake before you can get into Rebirth.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I feel like I need to find a copy of Final Fantasy VII that you can play on something and then just gift it to you.
Oh no, I have access to it. I have it on Xbox and stuff. I just old game is old.
I mean, old game is old, but also old game. That the storytelling is really what does it.
Yeah, but I don't play games for the story, Mike. Okay.
You build games to build relationships with non-existent things.
I need friends. But then also, shout out to Astrobot again, which
yes,
there were people who were like, "Why is Astrobot winning Game of the Year? It's just like a little game," and it's like it's so much more than the gameplay itself. Simple, yeah. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
But it's wrapped in a package of just everything that's great about games. Everything that's great about video games, and everything great about why we love these dumb fucking things.
Yeah, it's not some big fire-breathing AAA title. My analogy is, why is the Miata the best, car you can, the most fun car you can drive? It does everything that a fun car needs to do, but it's not over the top in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't make a ton of power. And it's always more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. So you can hammer that thing just around your neighborhood, not break the speed limit, and have a fucking ball. Like, it is incredibly simple, and it's just like, you get in and you're just like, oh, okay. First gear, okay, cool. It is all that is car, and all that is just dumb fun. So, and that is what Astrobot is. It is all that is game, and it is dumb fun, and it is just something you can pick up and play whenever, and you don't have to have, like, some crazy-ass, like, built PC. You don't need a PS5 Pro. Like...
Oh, yeah. You need a PS5, but...
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's like, it is...
Yeah.
You know, it's... For some of these other games that we've talked about, it's just like, man, you know, having an overbuilt PC would be kind of kick-ass, you know? Yeah. For a lot of the games that came out last year, a lot of the games that got nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards, it's just like, I'm looking at this very nice PC that I built, but it's 2 years old now, and I'm like, man, if I'm going to play some of these things, I got to start looking at, you know, upgrading some components.
Yeah.
You know, new processor, new GPU. But with something like Astrobot, that's like it'll run on very pedestrian accessible hardware.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the only thing that you would lose playing it on not a PS5 is it does do an incredible job with the controller, the DualSense. But that's like a bonus. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like, that is something that you can, like, we had fun with it, you know, playing it during Extra Life. That's something that my girlfriend, I feel like she could hop into that one, figure it out, and have a good time.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Neo put it up there with...
That is when you were saying, hey, what can we play together that's like a good beginner game? Astrobot is legitimately number one on my list because it's modern, it's new, it's easy to pick up and play. As you can tell, you played it for 20 minutes. You played the hardest level in the game, and you got like halfway through, and just like, oh, I died. Cool, I'm just gonna keep going because I know exactly what to fucking do. The only problem is it's currently just on PS5.
Yeah, so. Which I mean, would love to get me a PS5, but man, that's is a tall order.
Go to AliExpress.
There it is. If you want me to get a PS5, hire me to take pictures. I'm available.
Yes, he is, and he does great fucking work. So we got one more here, and I have this one at the end because it's a bit longer than the other one. It's about 4 minutes. But yeah, we'll hang out. So this is Kind of Funny best friend and just incredible person, Jamil T. Davis. He's the one who he donated to us on Extra Life and in my Fallout for Hope stream. Jamil, incredible.
Oh yeah,
has worked in the video game industry for years. So he sent, I reached out and said, hey, do you want to do this? And he sent me a video. He did mention, he's like, oh, I coughed during the video and it's really loud. And I was like, dude, watch this podcast.
Whatever.
That is not the worst bodily noise that you'll hear. So
absolutely not.
Yeah, Jamil T. Davis, take it away.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So we're going to be talking about my favorite games of 2024. I haven't played a ton of games in 2024, but I will list off the few that I really enjoyed over the year. And
really quick, if the volume is shifting a little bit, I'm just moving it up and down because it's spiking in OBS. So apologies.
Yeah, hopefully you all have checked them out or will check them out in the future. But starting with my number one, Witchfire, hands down my favorite game of the year. This is a game that I was very surprised by, very happy to play once I got into it. I think I first saw it on Andy's stream and I was like, well, maybe I can give this a shot because I'm into shooters mostly. And this had a lot of shooting mechanics, first person, it's dark fantasy. It's got a lot of like roguelike elements, and it's just so good. I highly recommend it to anyone since it's still in early access, but I believe a majority of the game will be completed, if not fully completed, by maybe the end of the first quarter of this year. So yeah, the team at the Astronauts really made a great game that, in my honest opinion, like, should have been nominated for something. I mean, I know there's other games, and early access games are kind of like a weird situation where it's not technically completed, but you could still play. It's got a lot of the mechanics already in it, and they're just adding to things over time. And yeah, it's weird. But Witchfire, my number one. Obviously, Marvel Rivals is up there now because it's the hot new game. And as someone who's played a lot of Overwatch over the past few years, I am heavily invested in this game. Super, super polished hero shooter, team-based hero shooter from NetEase, which, I mean, they made a lot of Marvel games before, but this one is one that's sticking with a lot of different people. From the casual gamer to the competitive gamer, it's really fun. Very excited to see more cosmetics in the game and what they do with certain events going forward. And yeah, like I said, as a Overwatch player, this completely caught me off guard. And it's doing a lot of things that Overwatch should be doing, but that's another conversation. So Marvel Rivals, check it out if you haven't, but I'm pretty sure everyone watching this has already checked it out. It's very fun. That's my number two.
I mean, everybody
right
watching
now,
probably, yeah.
just because, like I mentioned, I'm heavy into shooters. So number three, I would say probably Redacted. I mean, Redacted is very fun. It's also...
Really quick, for those who don't know, there is a game that came out in 2024 called Redacted.
Redacted. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's not...
Jamil is not redacting a name of a game that he played in secret. No, it is called Redacted.
Nope.
So
yeah, it's literally a game called Redacted. So
yeah.
It's also another roguelike where you go from room to room and you get to different biomes within the game. You get different abilities, different types of abilities, and you're going around killing different infected people, creatures, trying to catch up to different mini bosses. It's very fun. The art style is fantastic. The soundtrack is great. And I highly recommend it to people who maybe have played things like Nex Machina or any other smaller roguelike game in the past. It's very fun. And I'm actually surprised I was into that more than something like Kill Knight, which is another game I played. Kill Knight was fine, but I think Redacted is just way better, way more polished game, in my opinion. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, I haven't played too many games in 2024. I'm typically your, hey, I'm going to play Call of Duty or Overwatch, your ongoing multiplayer game. So yeah, those are my three for 2024 that I've really enjoyed and really spent a lot of time in. So if you haven't played them, be sure to check them out. But yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome.
hell yeah.
I'm gonna come back over to the two here. Yes, I mean that's a good range of games. I mean, they're shooters, which if you like shooters, fuck yeah, you like shooters. Cool. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm not a shooter guy. Are you a shooter guy? I know you like Call of Duty a bit.
I like definitely more than you're a shooter guy, but I wouldn't say like I mean yeah, if given like the option, I'm not necessarily going to be playing a ton of shooters, but I mean, I do like it. That seems to be the one thing that you can get a bunch of like dudes to play together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
cannot argue with that.
Nope. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I do like shooters. I do want to check out Marvel Rivals.
It is free to play.
Yeah.
So
that's one where I'm just like, okay. So yeah, I mean, I do, man. I don't know. I think 2025 might be the year of the shooter for me. That might be the thing. I just end up like my weekend streams are just me just getting hammered on a Saturday afternoon and playing some shooters.
Fuck it.
For real.
I'm 1000% not the shooter guy. Outside of obviously like a Fallout, we'll put it that way. But I mean, if that's what you like, fuck yeah. There were a ton of shooters that came out last year that were incredible.
So many good ones.
There's shooters coming out all the time. Obviously, like first-person shooters are really big. The live service model is really big. As Jamil kind of said, he said I'm the ongoing shooter guy. Marvel Rivals. He said Call of Duty specifically. But yeah, I mean, a ton of shooters came out last year. There's going to be a ton of shooters coming out this year. Hell, maybe we got to get Jamil on here to talk about the shooters and the live action games like that.
Seriously, yeah.
So he seems like the fucking expert on them. So, Jamil, I mean, open invitation to come on here any week, except for next week. We already have that planned.
Yeah, we got a plan there. But any other week. Yeah.
But, yeah, those were our friends reaching out. Well, I mean, I reached out. They didn't reach out and said, hey, I want to do this. Friends that I was able to reach out to telling us their games of the year. Let us know your game of the year, your favorite game that you played in 2024, as Mike can say, did not need to fucking come out last year, that's for damn sure. But whatever game you played the most of, that you loved the most, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike,
Robert,
you are doing some streaming. What do you got planned for the streams this next week?
So this coming week, the week after this drops, going to be going back to the 2-day stream schedule. So Monday, it's going to be me, the nerd, doing my initial playthroughs of a game. So right now we're balls deep in Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
If you watch, you can see me increasingly get combative with Keanu Reeves, who cannot hear me.
He can. In my mind, he can.
That would be hilarious, and he would probably kick my ass.
Yeah.
For some of the things I've said. Yeah, so that's going to be kind of the Monday stream, just initial playthroughs, just me doing my thing. Maybe my girlfriend joins me to hang out and watch and see what happens. It's fun getting her reactions when I do something completely unfucking hinged. Like try to weekend at Bernie's a guy and then get pissed and just hack him to bits.
I mean, I think when I was watching when I popped in the other day, she wanted to see Keanu's dick.
Yes,
which I get.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But then Thursdays, to make the whole nerding for beginners thing make sense, she is a beginner. So we are going to be having her play some games, see what she's into, what she likes. We've got quite a selection of games right now that I just downloaded while we were recording this podcast. So, yeah, we're gonna, it's gonna be me sitting right seat. She's gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna be running the stream, giving her advice, talking to her, helping her out as best I can. If she wants my help. If not, let her figure it out on her own. Yeah. It's, so.
I met her, I love her, and she will tell you, shut the fuck up, I'm doing this.
Yes, she will. So the first stream of that is going to be happening the day this episode drops, but then, every Thursday from here on out, it's going to be me and her playing one of her games until she gets sick of this whole fucking bullshit, and then, I don't know, might be me on Thursdays, a little Friday Eve celebration playing Call of Duty with the boys, or, I don't know, Helldivers 2, which, guess what came out last year?
You completely forget?
Yup.
God damn it, Mike.
Oh,
well.
Yep.
Helldivers 2.
Yep, Helldivers 2. Fucking, a forgettable title. That's why I didn't mention it. That's why I brought up King of Fighters 94 and Doom 2. Hey man, I almost brought up Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, how about you just calm the fuck down? But yeah, so that's what I got going on. I was gonna be making some just changes to the visuals of the stream and how shit looks. Same, and gonna be trying to get better about putting stuff on YouTube. So, Nerding for Beginners across platforms, except on Blue Sky, where I am NFB official, because nerdingforbeginners.bluesky.social/
that whole fucking thing,
whatever the fuck. Yeah, it was too long, so whatever.
Yeah.
But Robert, what do you got going on, buddy? What do you got coming up?
I don't know when I'm going to stream next. I should maybe get a schedule. Nah, whatever. We'll find out. We'll figure that out at some point. I'm after we stop recording here, after we're done tonight, I'm probably going to go out and play some Vampire Survivors.
You can go.
I did get Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, and I haven't started it because I feel like once I start it, that's going to be my life for the next 3 weeks. So I'm kind of getting everything else out of the way. And then, yeah, I'm going to jump into the Fallout 76 PTS, the public test server.
Okay.
Unless they took it out, currently on the PTS, they were, at least at the very end of December, testing out the new ghoul mechanic. So I'm going to see if that's in there too, to try to mess with that a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun. But other than that, yeah, just gaming, just editing podcasts, working on another podcast project. Sorry, Mike, I love you.
It's all right.
This is music related, so you're obviously more than welcome to join. But working on that. Hopefully, I'll have something to talk about that in the next month or so. Try to get more kind of concrete details. Yeah.
Very cool.
Next week, huge, so goddamn excited. Remy Sue from Sunset Visitor. I believe it's Sunset Visitor. I'm upset at myself.
Oh no.
1,000 times resist. Sunset Visitor, developer, publisher, fellow Traveler Games. Director, Remy Sue. From Sunset Visitor, 1,000 times resist is going to be joining us. If you have any questions about the game, if you have any questions about, the decisions that you made in the game, because it is, you make your own decisions. I, once again, will not get into it until next week. Next week, we'll talk for probably the first half is just kind of talking to Remy about the game. Second half, we're going to go deep into goddamn spoiler country. So, Mike, I hope you've got it finished by then.
I will do what I can.
But, yeah, Remy Sue from Sunset Visitor is going to join us to talk all about 1,000 times resist. And cannot wait. I cannot wait. I don't know if I mentioned. So I emailed him. I emailed just the Sunset Visitor page. Because they've got like a contact thing on their website. And I was like, hey, my name's Robert. I've got a podcast. Would love to talk to somebody about the game. And then probably an hour or two later, got an email directly from him saying, oh, hey, would love to join. Like, what do you have in mind? And just kind of went back and forth, set it up immediately. It was actually the same night as the Indie Game Awards. So he replied, and then I was able to be, hey, congrats on the Indie Game Award that you just won. Next week, please join us. Would love to have that just be like a massive episode. We want to grow this as much as we can. So give us a like on YouTube. Share with your friends who like games. Share with anybody. Even if they actually, fuck it. If they don't like games, don't share it with them. They're not going to like this.
No.
Don't share it with your enemies. They're not going to enjoy it. Share it with people that you think might like this. They like games.
Exactly.
We like games. We like to be positive here.
Yeah. So. Unless you're going to use this to torture your enemies, then by all means, go for it. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to stop you.
That'd be fine. Probably fine. So, Mike, I'm going to hit that intro or outro music, and then we'll see everybody next week. So, it's playing now. Oh my gosh. Mike can't hear it. Mike still can't hear the outro music because I
can't hear anything.
Out.
I know. So. We've been doing this for so long.
Mike, I love you.
Love you too, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
glass because my other one was dirty.